We're gonna do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, got some announcements here before we start the podcast. A couple local events that are going on the next few weeks that you guys should definitely check out. First one we got today is my friend is involved in a play called Eurydice, which is about it's based on Greek mythology. It's about the wife of Orpheus. Very interesting content. From what she's told me, the makeup and it's very heavily influenced in the makeup and special effects. Kind of an interesting telling. That is at the Better Homes and Garden in Indianola this weekend and next, Friday and Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 2. So if you guys got nothing going on this weekend, go check that shit out. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Damn, can't breathe there. Okay, and next weekend, we talked about this on the podcast last time. Friday the 13th at the Mauville Mews is Conscious Kickback. I've been there before. Mauville Mews, if you haven't been there, it's a great venue, really underground. That place can get fucking packed. It's a fucking party. It's a good time. It starts at 9 p.m. Doors open at 9 p.m. I think, maybe 8. I don't know. It's at 9. That's the key. But $7 advance tickets, $10 at the door. Is hosted by DJ Marty McFly, and it is featuring two of my friends. One you guys just saw on the podcast, Jackson Place, and Drowned Hero is going to be on the podcast here very soon. Equinox, DK, OBS, and more artists. It is at 212 14th Street, downtown by the Royal Mile. If you guys don't know where that is, yeah, it's kind of hard to find, but it's right next door. It's right next door to the Royal Mile. Some good shit. Okay, and March 14th, there is a EDM show that another one of my a couple of my musical comrades are playing at, is Shamrockin, and is at 7 p.m. in Ankeny, Saturday, March 14th, so next weekend, as well as the other show. Is featuring Kyoda, Crayfish, Lolo Savage, and many more local artists. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a good time, and it's going to be at the Courtyard by Marriot. So yeah, everybody check out those events. If you're broke, you don't have a lot of money, but you still want to have a good weekend, next weekend, do the play, or no, go to the show Friday, go to the next show Saturday, go to the play Sunday. You got a whole fucking weekend there. So everybody check those out, and we're gonna start on the podcast. Stay tuned. 2, 1. Hello everybody, welcome to the McAllister Hours. I am your host, Colin McAllister, and today you're joined by me, myself, and I. It's going to be an interesting solo podcast. My dog is drinking water in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. But no, you don't have to deal with any mic issues or anything crazy like that, because it is just me, the marvelous, the majestical Colin McAllister. My ego's bigger than my dick. No, but this is going to be a very interesting experience. I got a couple things I want to talk about. I do not know how long this is going to last. We'll go see how long I can bullshit for. I'm hoping at least an hour. But one of the things I do want to clarify before we start this, those of you who might know me know I'm a little odd, weird. I have some crazy radical ideas, but I really want everybody to know that this is not a platform for me to go on some emotional tirade, personal tirade. I'm just talking about what's going on. I might sprinkle in my opinion, I probably will, but it's really not gonna be a therapy session or anything like that. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and keep watching from here on out. I've gotten really good reception over the last 2 episodes. For those of you who are not aware or have not seen them, first episode I had a good friend of mine, RJ Kuntz, or Kuntz, I should say, still fucking it up. And I haven't really gotten any criticism so far, to be honest, but I did want to point this out at some point. I kind of hate starting out the podcast like this, but I do want everybody to know he is a very conservative-minded individual. Obviously, a Trump supporter. We talked about that. But people that have on the show, that doesn't reflect my opinion. Like I just previously said, I'm just giving a platform. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to spice things up, keep things going, and yeah, that's all. Give you guys good content. Shit. So, I guess without further ado, let's get into it. First thing I wanted to talk about, this coronavirus. I wish I had a corona right now. That would be funny. Funny enough, you guys have probably heard this, but Corona stocks are actually crashing with this new coronavirus in place. So, support Mexican beer. I mean, if there's illness going around, probably don't drink, because that just lowers your immune system and makes you more susceptible to illness. But if you're courageous like I am and don't give a fuck, drink some Coronas. Support that shit. They make some pretty good shit. I've had a lot of good times with Corona. So, but anyways, what I'm getting into is there's this thing that's been kind of floating around. I don't know how I feel about it. I think either way, it's shitty. Apparently, Trump has, or at least that's what the headlines are. Trump is labeling the coronavirus as the Democrats' new hoax. Which, if we fact check it here, it's kind of whatever. The site Snopes, I just thought it was kind of interesting. Is a mixture on whether that's true or false. It says here, what is true is during a February 28, 2020 campaign rally in South Carolina, which we're going to watch here in a little bit, President Donald Trump likened the Democrats' criticism of his administration's likened the Democrats' criticism of his administration's response to a new coronavirus outbreak to their efforts to impeach him, saying that this is their new hoax. During the speech, he almost seemed to downplay the severity of the outbreak, comparing it to the common flu. Yeah, that's really fucking shitty. I think that, I mean, from what I've seen, that at least seems to be accurate, that he's downplaying it. I don't know if that's political. I don't know if he's just doesn't know what's going on. But we're going to go over some facts here in a little bit. But it is serious. It is growing. It's not good shit. You guys all gotta be careful out there. But anyways, what's false? Despite creating some confusion with his remarks, Trump did not call the coronavirus itself a hoax. Now, that is true. I will give the site checker or whatever that credit, is that I don't think he directly called the virus itself a hoax. I think it was more related to the fact that in his mind the Democrats are using this as a platform to get him out of office, which my whole thing with Trump is he's constantly focused on the campaign trail. He's constantly focused on how is he going to win again. Like, it seems like this entire 4 years, I mean, it's been him implementing things, but it's always with the pizzazz, the media outlets all praising him and everything, and him praising himself. He has an ego that's big, a very, very, very big ego. Very big ego.
Don't be rude.
Sorry, didn't mean to be rude. But anyway, let's watch this. If it's even gonna work. What the fuck? Audio. What? This thing is not gonna make me. Are you fucking kidding me? What? I have to restart my computer? I'm sorry. Bear with me here. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Okay, well. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we are back. Very sorry about that. I've been experiencing a number of technical difficulties, but this is a learning process for me, and yeah, it's a good time. And as I'm looking, my microphone's all fucked up. Just one thing after another, but it's okay. We'll get through it. So, anyways, we were talking earlier about Donald Trump, the coronavirus. I'm not really happy with how he's been handling everything, so we're just gonna watch a short clip, him at the rally.
Now the Democrats are
politicizing
the coronavirus. You know that, right? Coronavirus.
Shut the fuck up, dude. People are dying.
They're politicizing it. We did one of the great jobs. You say, how's President Trump doing? They go, oh, not good, not good. They have no clue. They don't have any clue. They can't even count their votes in Iowa. They can't even count.
Okay, I'll give them that.
And this is their new hoax. But, you know, we did something that's been pretty amazing. We're 15 people in this massive country. And because of the fact that we went early, we could have had a lot more than that. We will do everything in our power to keep the infection and those carrying the infection from entering our country. We have no choice. Whether it's the virus that we're talking about or many other public health threats, the Democrat policy of open borders is a direct threat to the health and well-being of all Americans. Now, you see it with the coronavirus. You see it. I also created a White House virus task force. It's a big thing, a virus task force. I requested $2.5 billion to ensure we have the resources we need. And so far, we have lost nobody to coronavirus in the United States.
Well, I don't know when this was filmed, but that's not true.
Nobody.
He needs to read his
reports. It doesn't mean we won't. And we are totally prepared. It doesn't mean we won't. But think of it. You hear 35 and 40,000 people, and we've lost nobody. And you wonder, the press is in hysteria mode.
Yeah. Fuck you, dude. Just fuck you. No, I guess he didn't really necessarily call the hoax or the coronavirus a hoax, but he doesn't really seem to be very sympathetic at all. He doesn't really seem to care. Yeah, we have a task force.
Don't be rude.
All that shit. Yeah, it's a dick move, man. It's a fucking dick move. There are people dying. We're gonna go over some of that here in a little bit. It's not what he's making out to be. Let's see. This was updated yesterday. Bringing the death toll in the U.S. to 11. So let's see. That was... Okay, so that was February 2nd. Well, 5 days ago. But I think even at that time, people had been dying. Or had been dead. At least or in the U.S. I mean, people have been dead in China for a minute. But... yeah, death toll rises. In Italy, the death toll is up to about 100. They're closing all the schools. Des Moines, I read this article here. Des Moines apparently okay so far. They've been taking precautions at the airport. Everything's been fine, working out, cool. Can we watch this clip? Maybe. Fucking Des Moines Register. Oh, God. No, I'm not going to listen to an ad. Okay, but anyways, we're fine. Des Moines is fine for now. LA is considering it a health emergency. That was also an article. Yep. Excuse me. I haven't had any coffee today or anything, or haven't had any pops, just coffee. Los Angeles County declared a local health emergency as officials confirmed 6 new cases of coronavirus there, and 9 new cases were confirmed in New York. Now, yeah, these are really small numbers if you compared to the population. But be careful. Don't be putting yourself in a situation that could potentially be hazardous. I know it might sound paranoid, but just be careful. I think that's all I have to say. And then one other thing, something I kind of thought was interesting, and we're going to tie this in later. China is using AI and big data to fight the coronavirus. Basically, what they're doing is they're setting up AI-controlled heat scanners that detect people and show their body temperature. So, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting. So it's making life much easier. Yeah. Here, let's watch this video here. If there's no
morning routine constantly delayed.
We're not gonna watch a 25-minute video. Never mind. Okay. So, to end that bit, be careful about the coronavirus, folks. Yeah, watch out. Okay. So, politics. I really don't like talking about politics. I really don't want to. I don't really need to. But it was Super Tuesday. When we're filming this is Thursday, it'll be out Friday. So from the time you guys watch, it will have been 3 days. And Bernie is not as actually far behind as I thought. Joe Biden currently sits at 596 delegates. Bernie 531, which is a lot more than I thought I had. And then the rest are all out, I think, at this point. Yeah, it's been really interesting. I was sure Bernie had it. Well, initially I thought Pete had a good chance, but they all suspiciously kind of dropped out at the same time. I have my conspiracy theory about that. But yeah, it's not looking good for Bernie. There, like I said kind of before, there's a lot of criticism towards what he wants to do, the things he kind of wants to do, and I think it's starting to show. They're going with Joe Biden because he has experience in the White House. He comes off as a little more conservative probably than Bernie does. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people appeal to that, especially in the states that he won more in the South. Joe Biden obviously dominates down there. But I think it's really just kind of messed up. Buttigieg, Klobuchar, and Stoyer all dropped out within 1 or 2 days of each other at the same time, and all immediately at the same time endorsed, not at the same time, but within a day or two, all endorsed Joe Biden, who I'm sure everybody knows there's a conspiracy or the theory that Bernie Sanders is yet again being pushed up by the DNC, which I think with what's been happening the last week, I think that's very apparent. It's really sad. It's really sad that there's obviously some kind of dirty money going on. Bloomberg, fuck Bloomberg, he's out, thank God. Elizabeth Warren dropped out this morning, Thursday morning. It's just fucked up. My prediction at this point, I'm sorry, but I do think Donald Trump is going to serve another 4 years, unfortunately. That same jackass who said, fuck the coronavirus. Yeah, we're going to give him for another 4 years. I guarantee it. It's the same reason he won 4 years ago, and he's going to happen again if Bernie loses. It's the backlash of Bernie supporters. Look at this. This is honestly closer than I thought it was. 596, 531. That definitely makes a difference. Not that it makes a difference. That Bernie has obviously a lot of support, and that's going to backlash him. That's just going to help Trump in the end. Everybody fucking knows that. At least I think sensible people know that. They're shooting themselves in the foot doing this. They really are. They need to go with the guy who's actually going to fucking beat this guy. And, that's debatable too, I guess. Whether Bernie has the clout to actually do that. But I think he probably has the best chance out of anyone of actually beating him, and they're shooting themselves in the foot. There's too much money involved, media's involved, all that crap. And it's hard. It's really rough. So yeah. I apologize. I seem to be very out of breath right now. I don't know why. It's weird. Okay. Now, the next thing, off of politics, because fuck that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not on the politics. But surfing the net, and something I found very, 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 very interesting. Joe Rogan. Everybody knows Joe Rogan. Everybody knows who the fuck that guy is, right? Well, it might be possible that well, that might be possible. It is possible. They've created artificial intelligence to both sound and look like Joe Rogan. Now, if you guys are watching this, you're going to be able to see it, but if anything, you'll hear
Ladies and gentlemen.
So, here, everything you're about to hear, this is not Joe Rogan at all. Joe Rogan had nothing to do with, well, besides them taking the audio and teaching the AI to talk like him. Joe Rogan had no part in this. This is completely taken from the internet clips, everything, which is really fucking creepy. And we're going to kind of talk about the deep fake a little bit too. But yeah, it's getting weird. So let's just check this out. Watch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of I'm Not Joe Rogan. No, seriously. I am not. This is Joe Rogan speaking, an artificial intelligence created by DESA. You guys know David Barstow. He's a New York Times reporter who won the most Pulitzer Prizes for journalism in history. He recently followed a crazy deep learning company called DESA, as they created the world's first combination of realistic AI, voice and video. Here's what they created. I've been thinking, and I realized that it's been almost 10 years since the first episode of the podcast. That's fucking crazy. This show has become my life. That's why I decided to go out with a bang. So on December 24th, we'll be doing our last episode ever. That's exactly 10 years since the first episode came out. It's been a good run, and we're all going out on top.
That's really fucking weird. So the AI was able to take what that guy was saying and turn that into Joe Rogan talking and make it sound exactly like him. And not even that, they take his face and they make it look just like him. It's uncanny. It's literally there's a glitch, it's like the Snapchat filter. There's a glitch where they either did it intentionally or accidentally, where you can see it's the regular guy, and they don't even look anything remotely alike, besides maybe the lack of hair. But yeah, it's really fucking creepy. This shit really unsettles me. I'm not trying to get personal, but this does pertain. Being a college student in computer science, I've actually recently decided to drift away from that and pursue other venues, because I just don't want to contribute to this crazy ass AI shit that's coming out. Like in the case of the coronavirus in China, that obviously helps. There's always pros and cons to everything, but all it's doing is making us lazier. Obesity is at skyrocketing rates. It's insane, and we're creating these things that are just gonna do everything for us. It's fucking bonkers how people are just buying into this. Like, have you ever seen Terminator 2? Have you ever seen that fucking movie? That shit's crazy. I know it's just a fucking movie, but they're talking about real shit. That's some real shit you gotta think about. Creating something that has the capacity to think and make decisions. It's like the scientific equation of how could you save the planet Earth, wipe out the human race. That logically, that is the answer, because we're destroying our planet every day with fossil fuels, putting carbon monoxide in the air, whatever, all that fucking shit. Atmosphere deteriorating. We're all doing that. So the only way to stop that is to stop us. You ever think of that? So, I don't know. People just need to think outside the box and not think so short term. But anyway, this is DESA. This is the website DESA here. Featuring New York Times, Vice, Wired, CBS, blah, blah, blah. About DESA. I'm just curious about if they have any information. They're based in Toronto. Founded in 2016. Collaborates with organizations in areas like healthcare, astronomy, and education to use machine learning to tackle some of the biggest issues we're facing today. So I guess I didn't explain this. This is the company that created that Joe Rogan thing, which I don't really know how that really pertains to healthcare. But it is interesting, and I I don't know if I want to dive into it now, but I do kind of want to go back to this and kind of just see. It looks like they're hiring. Let's see what the openings are. What do you think? You can be a machine learning engineer or senior machine learning engineer. So, I mean, cool. That sounds like a lot of school. I don't think I could do that shit. Okay. So, I got another video here.
We're
deepfake.
entering.
It's kind of just like a kind of a factual video. Let's give it a watch.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Jordan Peele created this fake video of President Obama to demonstrate how easy it is to put words in someone else's mouth.
Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
Not everyone bought it, but the technology behind such frauds is rapidly improving.
Yeah,
even as worries.
That wasn't perfect. You could definitely but I feel like if you're just watching Obama in that clip, you wouldn't have been able to tell at all. And I mean, I think that's we'll continue to watch this, but I think that's what they're trying to get at is like what you hear and like when you see it visually versus just hearing it. I mean, different parts of your brain are working. It doesn't quite click. And they're kind of using that to your advantage and make all this deep fake shit. And it's it's kind of frightening. So
Increase about their potential for harm. This is your Bloomberg Quick Take on deep fakes. Deepfakes, or realistic-looking fake videos and audio, gained popularity as a means of adding famous actresses into porn scenes. Despite bans on major websites, they remain easy to make and find. They're named for the deep learning artificial intelligence algorithms that make them possible. Input real audio or video of a specific person, the more the better, and the software tries to recognize patterns in speech and movement. Introduce a new element like someone else's face or voice, and a deepfake is born.
It's actually extremely easy to make one of these things. There were just some supposed, breakthroughs from academic researchers who work with this particular kind of machine.
So I don't know if you saw, they were it's kind of like when they do in video games, they have all the dots, they're wearing the costume with the dots on the face and all over the body to try to track the motion. It sounds like this is what they're doing here. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but in Forrest Gump, there are quite a few scenes where it seems very deep fakey, and I think it was easier to do for that kind of movie because all that video and audio was so old from the 60s and 70s. I think it was a lot easier to do it, but even then you can kind of tell it's there's something cropped in, it's something or it wasn't Photoshop back then obviously, but however they did that. So I don't know. I just kind of thought of that when they had the mask thing.
Machine learning in the past few weeks, which would drastically reduce the amount of video you need actually to create one of these.
Programs like FakeApp, the most popular and widely available for making deep fakes, need dozens of hours of human assistance to create a video that looks like this.
Holy shit.
Rather than this. In August, researchers at Carnegie Mellon revealed software that accurately rendered not just facial features, but changing weather patterns and flowers in bloom. This advance is not yet available to the public. But with increasing capability comes increasing concern.
This is kind of fake news on steroids, potentially. We do not know of a case yet where someone has tried to use this to perpetrate a kind of fraud or an information warfare campaign, or for that matter, to really damage someone's reputation. But
yeah, no, I was just thinking about that, and that's kind of the scary thing. They mentioned pornography earlier. Think of CNN or Fox News was just like doing some dirty fucking shit and like fucking deep faking all these videos of like the president or whatever. I mean, fuck, that shit could get insane. You could start a riot. Get like a video of Trump saying like, fuck the Jews or fuck the Hispanics or whatever. That could get fucking crazy, man. It's just crazy to think about. All right.
But it's the danger that everyone is really afraid of.
In a world where fakes are easy to create, authenticity also becomes easier to deny. People caught doing genuinely objectionable things could claim evidence against them is bogus. Fake videos can also be difficult to detect, though researchers around the world and at the US Department of Defense have said they're working on ways to counter them. Deep fakes do, however, have some positive uses. Take Cereproc, a firm that creates digital voices for people who lose theirs from disease.
Speech synthesis is the artificial production of humans.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to watch just that. Let me look. See. Yeah. Okay. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, right? Fuck. We're not gonna watch the whole. We'll watch that afterwards. But that's fucking hilarious. God damn it! I don't want to play that either.
Writing's not.
I need a producer. Okay.
Peach.
There are also applications that could be considered either good or bad, like the many deepfakes that exist solely to turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Best troll ever. I love the whole Nick Cage thing. That shit gets me every time. Yeah, I just want to watch this. Is this just not supposed to have audio? Maybe not. I don't know. That's really fucking weird, though. Looks just like Nick. Okay. So, last thing. And then you guys are free. I mean, I guess
the Oscar goes to Matthew McConaughey.
God
well,
damn it.
I'll tell you what. I mean,
I didn't want that. Okay.
I've been doing a little.
The last video, or the last subject we're going to talk about, this came out about 4 days ago, and I just saw it yesterday. BuzzFeed is at it again. They're ridiculous, crazy ass videos that they put. I think their feminism video is like the worst, one of the, like top 5 of like the worst rated videos of all time on YouTube. But this actually is pretty good. I will give them credit where it's due. This is actually pretty enjoyable. They do fuck up from the first little bit, saying ex-mob boss. Even in the first 30 seconds, he says he's not a boss. So that's some false advertising right there.
Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically.
I mean, not
Have I ever
Grammarly,
killed?
but I mean, okay. So this is like.
Have I ever killed someone?
So you know how a BuzzFeed video works? They put the end at the beginning because they know nobody wants to watch.
Hi
this
everyone,
crap.
Michael Francis here, former mob guy with the Colombo family back in New York. I was a soldier, cop of regime at one point in time. Lived in that.
Okay, 15 seconds. 15 fucking seconds in, the video hasn't even. It hasn't even really started, and he already goes to point out that he wasn't the boss. And they even have a fucking, for those of you can't see it, they have a fucking diagram here, and he's like at the bottom. He's up at the bottom of this shit. Like, fucking BuzzFeed. I don't know who the hell works there. Who works for these people? Like, how easy of a job is that? Hey, I've never been to college. I don't know fucking anything. We'll just, yeah, okay, cool, yeah. We'll hire you. Sounds good.
That life for over 25 years. Made a break back in 1995. I've left that life, and ever since I've been a motivational speaker. I've written a number of books. I've done a number of documentaries. I'm here today to play Never Have I Ever. Not something I would play back in the day. All right, got a bunch of statements in front of me. Questions
Played
are
some
going to be
Russian
asked.
roulette.
I don't know if I've ever been asked these questions before, but we're going to find out. Never have I ever put a horse's head in someone's bed. I have not. But I gotta say,
okay, we're not gonna watch like 7 minutes of garbage. But what I do want to, the really controversial point. Let me see if I can.
that was back in the 30s and the 40s. Never have I ever killed someone.
Here we go.
Oh boy. I'm gonna pull one of these.
So what he's doing is he has the sign that is like have I, have I not. He does it in the middle, obviously signifying, because if you watch all these other questions, he answers it. The thing that was funny in YouTube comments is he answers it immediately. He's like yes no, and then that's when so I mean, yeah, obviously the guy fucking killed someone.
Credibility in what I do is,
I mean, obviously I don't want to see this guy get whacked, but it would kind of be funny, a little ironic. Not funny, ironic, I guess is the proper word.
it's very important to me, so I never want to lie to anybody, whether it's in private or in public. I will tell you this, that life is a very violent life. If you're part of the life, you're part of the violence. There's no escape. And if anybody tells you differently, they're either not being honest with you or they weren't a made member of that life. And, I will say this, murder in that life was taken very seriously.
And I will tell you this about myself, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to say this. I don't judge other people, I don't know their hearts, but I was around a lot of guys that if they had to commit a violent act, it seemed that that was part of them. I'm not going to say they enjoyed it, but they did it with some kind of fervor. And when I did it, when I was involved in anything that might...
Just says it right there. When I did it, when I killed people. Oh, wait, no, fuck. I didn't, no. Not kill people, when I was involved with killing people. Anyways, yeah, you get the picture. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. Probably watching it the second time, I'm really not that impressed. Not as impressed as I was, but I will say, that was mildly interesting to see a real life Godfather type character. All right, how long did that last year? I'm curious. Oh, hey, not too bad. I'll take it. Okay, so before we wrap this up, I want to just go over a few announcements, just to recap. So, Sunday, March. So this is the lineup for future podcasts. Sunday, March 8th is going to be a good friend of mine, Parker Theresa. We're going to talk about the film that won Best Picture, Parasite, and a couple of things. Writing. It's going to be very. If you like film discussion, check that out. That'll be on YouTube Sunday, March 8th. Friday, March 13th. The episode with D Wavy will be out. He is a local Iowa rapper who currently resides in Waterloo, has some very interesting shit. I'm really excited to have him on. And then the day after, Saturday, March 14th, we're going to be filming this right before the concert that this man is performing in. It's going to be The Round Hero, The Round Pac-Man. It's going to be a great time. And with that, let's end it off. Holy shit, this is loud as fuck. Okay, not as loud. Okay, so March 3rd, Eurydice, the Greek mythology play at the Bear Homes Garden. This weekend and next weekend, Friday and Saturday at 7, Sunday at 2, Friday the 13th at Mauville, Mews, Conscious Kickback at 9 p.m. Check that shit out. And then the day after, Shamrockin at 7 p.m. in Ankeny, Courtyard by the Marriott. Some good local talent. Everybody go check that out. And here I am, signing off. Colin McAllister. It's been a great show. Great time. I'm glad for all of you listening. Keep fucking supporting. Support my Patreon, support all that shit, and we will see you in a few days. Love you. Bye.